and welcome. You're watching Sports Buzz, where we bring you all that's making news from around the world of sports. I'm Samriddhi Goyal. Let's begin. Royal Challengers Bangalore play against Sunrisers Hyderabad today in a significant match. RCB will seek the 100th IPL win as second place in the table is up for the grabs. Mumbai Indians lodge an 8-wicket win over Rajasthan Royals at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium to stay alive in the race to playoffs in the IPL 2021. After the win, Mumbai Indians move up to the 5th spot in the points table. India pulls out of next year's Birmingham Commonwealth Games hockey competition. Hockey India says their focus is on Asian Games. Spanish basketball great Pau Gasol announces retirement from the sport. The Spanish great has won 2 NBA titles, 3 Olympic medals in a career spanning 23 years. Spain in the UEFA Nations League semi-final in Milan tonight. Luis Enrique's side took top spot in League A Group 4, while the reigning European champions went 6 games unbeaten in League A Group 1. Well, to begin with IPL, in terms of significance, Royal Challengers Bangalore still have a lot to play for in their remaining 2 matches. Now, if they win those 2 games, that is against Sunrisers Hyderabad today and Delhi Capitals on Friday, they will leapfrog into the 2nd place if Chennai Super Kings lose their final match against Punjab Kings tomorrow. Royal Challengers are unlikely to tinker with the combination that has worked so well in the last few matches of the UAE leg of this season. Sunrisers, on the other hand, have the freedom to experiment with players that have not had a sustained run in the playing 11. They might also want to test the temperament of some players ahead of the auction. After a top-class bowling show, opener Ishan Kishan scored a 25-ball 50-run to guide Mumbai Indians to an 8-wicket win over Rajasthan Royals at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium to stay alive in the race to playoffs in the Indian Premier League 2021. Rohit Sharma-led side chased down the target of 91 runs in the 9th over of their innings. Now, earlier, bowling first, Nathan Coulter-Nile was the top performer with the ball for the defending champions. Coulter-Nile gave away just 14 runs in his 4 overs and picked up 4 wickets. Jimmy Neesham got 3 wickets, while Jasprit Bumrah got 2 wickets. With this victory, Mumbai Indians got a boost in their net run rate and moved up to the 5th spot in the points table. Now, if they win their final league stage clash against Sunrisers Hyderabad, then they will have to better the chance to qualify for the playoffs. While Rajasthan Royals need to win their final fixture against Kolkata Knight Riders and depend on other performances to get through in the final hour. Well, let's go straight to our sports correspondent Deepika Mehta, who is with us now to give us more updates on IPL. Good afternoon, Deepika. Mumbai Indians winning with 8 wickets against Rajasthan Royals, a big and a much needed win for Mumbai Indians. Tell us more about the match. I think we can't reach Deepika, so we'll get back on that update. Now, amid the challenging political situation back home and with many developments in the Afghanistan cricket board, Team Afghanistan is all set to participate in the ICC T20 World Cup to be held in UAE and Oman this month. More in our next report.
The ICC T20 World Cup, the biggest competition of T20, shortest format of cricket, is scheduled to be held in UAE and Oman this month, and all the teams are preparing for the biggest cricketing event of the year. Team Afghanistan has also started preparing for the event at the Kabul Cricket Stadium, but without some key players. However, the players are very positive about their performance at the upcoming T20 World Cup.
We will try to play well against all the teams. Our aim will be get something out of this World Cup and not just participate in it. All the players in the team are very excited and are looking forward to do well in these matches.
Afghanistan cricket team coach Navroz Mangal is also hoping for a good performance in the competition. He says that the morale of the players is very high and the team is all set to play and perform against any given team.
The morale of the players is very high. Everyone is very excited. Our people have high expectation from us in the World Cup. They are expecting us to do very well. As soon as we reach Dubai, we will start practicing. We can win the finals or at least reach the semi-finals.
However, the domestic situation in Afghanistan has also been challenging for quite a while now, and Taliban's capture have also had an impact on sports. On the other hand, there has also been a lot of change in the Afghanistan Cricket Board. It was also believed that this could also affect Afghanistan's participation in the T20 Cricket World Cup. However, leaving all these things behind, Afghanistan seems to be ready to take part in the T20 Cricket World Cup.
The Afghanistan
Afghanistan's cricket board started this practice camp in Kabul so that our players can get ready for the World Cup. God willing, very soon the team will travel to United Arab Emirates.
Earlier, the Indian Cricket Board was given the responsibility of organizing ICC T20 World Cup starting from 15th of October, but due to the pandemic, the tournament is now being organized in Oman and UAE. Sports Desk, DD India.
Okay, so Deepika Mehta is back with us with more updates on IPL. Let's know what's happening. Hi Deepika, Mumbai Indians winning with 8 wickets against RR. A big and a much needed win for Mumbai Indians. Tell us more about the match.
Absolutely, Samriddhi. It was definitely a very big match for Mumbai Indians, as they were already looking for a win against Rajasthan Royals to make way towards the playoff matches. It's been a tough journey this time for Mumbai Indians, which they were not expecting, and so were the fans. They were not expecting such kind of such kind of matches, such kind of performance from Mumbai Indians, and especially from Rohit Sharma and company. But they disappointed the fans somewhere. But now once again they are back into the game with their yesterday's win against Rajasthan Royals. It was not an easy one.
Deepika, let us come back to you. We are getting you to the NCB PC right from Mumbai, which is live at the moment. Let's take you live there.
से लेके अब तक हमने 3332 केसेस टोटल केसेस किए हैं और जिसमें हमने 3573 लोगों को अरेस्ट किया है और टोटल सीजर, आई विल रिपीट द फिगर अगेन, टोटल सीजर 3807 kgs का सीजर है विच इज़ वर्थ 86 crores. आई विल रिपीट द फिगर्स मेड आउट सो फार. टोटल 3332 cases in which 3573 persons were arrested. Contraband goods seized were 3807 kgs worth 86 rupees. 86 crores. इसी को मैं मराठी में बताऊं फिर से या जरूरत नहीं है. 1 जानेवारी 21 पासून ते आत्तापर्यंत मुंबई पोलीस मधील अँटी नार्कोटिक सेल आणि पोलीस स्टेशनचे युनिट्स, पोलीस स्टेशनची कारवाई अशी दोघांची मिळून उल्लेखनीय कामगिरी झालेली आहे या कालावधीमध्ये. यामध्ये आपण टोटल 8.5 किलो हेरोइन जप्त केलेला आहे ज्याची किंमत 23 कोटी आहे. चरस 70 किलो जप्त केलेला आहे, ज्याची किंमत 17 कोटी आहे. कोकेन 4.5 किलो जप्त केलेला आहे, ज्याची किंमत 10 कोटी आहे. MD 42 kg, ज्याची किंमत 26 कोटी आहे. अशा एकूण आत्तापर्यंतच्या या वर्षामध्ये 2021 मध्ये आत्तापर्यंत आपण 3332 केसेस केलेल्या आहेत आणि या 3332 केसेसमध्ये 3573 आरोपी आपण अटक केलेले आहेत आणि टोटल 3807 किलो कॉन्ट्राबँड नार्कोटिक्स आपण जप्त केलेला आहे. त्याची पूर्णतः किंमत 86 कोटी आहे. So this was a big achievement, this one particular case of 5 kg heroin, and at the same time last 9-10 months, last 10 months I will say.
Well, that was live from the NCB press conference which is going on in Mumbai, and we'll go back to Deepika, our sports correspondent who is joining us now once again. Deepika, how does the points table look like with the IPL reaching its playoff stage?
Of course, Samriddhi, talking about the points table, let's talk about the MI versus RR match which Mumbai Indian won by 8 wickets. We were discussing that it was a very interesting encounter for both the teams. RR had to go out and they are completely and officially out of the playoffs. They are headed back towards their home places, and Mumbai Indians is making way towards playoff. But the point that we need to note here is that till now Mumbai Indians have not confirmed a place in the playoff as of now for themselves. They have to win 2 more matches for themselves. They have to see how the KKR is going to perform against the other team, and then only they would be able to play the playoff match. Now, talking about the points table that you asked, Delhi Capitals is currently at the 1st position and CSK is at the 2nd position. Talking about today's match, which is between RCB and SRH, RCB is placed at 3rd position and SRH is placed at the last position, which is the 8th one. So it's gonna be not be a very tough match for RCB to play against SRH, because till now if we see, SRH has lost 10 matches out of 12. They've won only 2 matches, and RCB on the other hand have won 8 matches and lost 4 out of 12 matches. So RCB, again with the performance of Virat Kohli, is doing better. Although Virat Kohli, after announcing his retirement from the T20 captaincy, he was not performing up to the mark in the next match, but then soon after that match, after so many viewpoints, having so many viewpoints from fans, after talking with his other mentors and other teammates, he came back on the track, and now he's performing. Now he is performing up to the mark in the match, and today he's going to play against SRH, and he also, the team along with the team RCB, are there in the list of the playoff. They are most probably going to play the playoff category. They might also enter the semi-finals of the Indian Premier League this time. Samriddhi.
Right, thank you. Like you mentioned, Royal Challengers Bangalore, it's an important match for them today against Sunrisers Hyderabad. Tell us what to expect.
Of course, Samriddhi, it's going to be an important match for Royal Challengers Bangalore, and moreover, Sunrisers Hyderabad here would be looking to just have a respectable win for themselves. Sunrisers Hyderabad is currently at the 8th position in the points table, already out of the playoffs category, but they would be looking forward to a respectable win this time. Although, on the other hand, the fan favorite team, Royal Challengers Bangalore, backed by Virat Kohli, are there. Virat Kohli is one of the top performers. He's going to perform, he's going to play. Even if Royal Challengers Bangalore lose this match by any chance, by whatever performance they do, they are still there in the playoffs category. They are still in the contention of the playoffs. But then Sunrisers Hyderabad is a complete out situation for Sunrisers Hyderabad, as they would not be able to make it to the playoffs of this season of IPL. Samriddhi.
Right, thank you very much, Deepika, for those updates on IPL, and thank you for joining us. We'll now move on to our next story, from cricket to hockey. Now, India on Tuesday pulled out of the next year's Birmingham Commonwealth Games hockey competition. Hockey India says focus is on Asian Games. Hockey India also cited the COVID-19 concerns in UK's discriminatory quarantine rules for travellers from the country. Hockey India reasoned that there is only a 32-day window available between Birmingham Games and the Hangzhou Asian Games, and it can't risk sending its players to the UK, which has been one of the worst affected countries by the coronavirus pandemic. Now, in Euro 2024, UEFA unveiled the official logo for the event Euro 2024 to be staged in Germany at a launch on Tuesday at the Olympic Stadium in Berlin. UEFA President Alexander Kafrin said he was confident the special competition will be the best Euro ever. The tournament logo is derived from UEFA's 55 member associations' flags and their colours, which assemble in various combinations, reflecting the shape of the Olympiastadion roof. The famous Henry Delaunay Cup features at the centre of the logo, while the 24 coloured slices around the trophy represent the 24 participating teams. The 51 Euro 2024 matches will be held across 10 host venues in Germany in June and July 2024, with the full match schedule set to be confirmed in early 2022. Now, seeking revenge for their Euro 2020 semi-final defeat, Spain prepared to meet Italy in the semi-finals of the 2020-21 UEFA Nations League tonight. Luis Enrique's side took top spot in League A Group 4 to advance to the Final Four, while the reigning European champions went 6 games unbeaten in League A Group 1. Italy's magnificent unbeaten streak across all tournaments is still intact, heading into Wednesday's game, with the Euro 2020 winners now going to search for their 38th game in a row without defeat in all competitions since going down 1-0 to Portugal in the inaugural Nations League over 3 years ago. Spain failed to respond to their Euro 2020 heartbreak straight away as they once again struggled against an inspired Sweden, losing 2-1 in World Cup qualifying, but they returned to winning ways with convincing successes over Georgia and Kosovo. Premier League duo Ferran Torres and Pablo Fornals both netted against the latter to boost La Roya's bid for automatic Qatar 2022 World Cup qualification, but their run to the Nations League finals was far from straightforward. Spain coach Luis Enrique said criticism of his squad selection for the Nations League Final 4 tournament does not concern him, with the former Barcelona boss taking aim at the Spanish media for a lack of knowledge about his decisions. Injuries to strikers Alvaro Morata and Gerard Moreno have resulted in Enrique naming a squad without a recognized centre-forward after he opted against calling in Sevilla striker Rafa Mir or Celta Vigo's Iago Aspas. But the Spain coach said he was not concerned by the lack of a conventional forward, adding that he had 6 or 7 players who were in fact attacking in nature. Having lost to Italy on penalties in the semi-finals of the Euro 2020, Spain will be out for revenge against Roberto Mancini's side, and Enrique said he expected a high-quality game.
Solo como jugador.
I'm sorry, but I have not heard news of anything because I don't read, I don't listen to you. I am not interested about what is said or written about my selection. So I don't read, so for me it's the same score as always. The 23 players that I see best prepared for me and the 23 players that I have the most confidence into advance to the Final Four, and then with the time we will see if I was right or not. But for me it's the same as usual. Well, I don't read what is written because I think I know much more about football than you guys, and I have more information than you. I know the players, I know how they feel, I know things you don't know. I know how I want to play and how this team is going to play. So I mean, it's been many years since I have read what is written in the press because I am not interested in what you write.
Well, moving on, Argentina stepped up training on Tuesday ahead of the team's triple World Cup qualifier matches. The 3 matches will be played against Paraguay on October 7, Uruguay on October 10th and Peru on October 14. Argentina is currently on the 2nd place of the CONMEBOL World Cup qualifying standings with 18 points. Brazil leads the ranking with 24 points. Its rivals Paraguay, Uruguay and Peru are currently on the 6th, 3rd and 7th places respectively.
I think we are all right. We already have foundations. 80 or 90% are almost always the same ones. That leaves us at peace even if there is only little time to work. They know what I want, what the coach expects from them. There is always room for improvement. We are not invincible nor anything like that. We know where we stand and that we can improve things and enhance what we did well. We understand and are worried because we know that there are players that because of certain circumstances we cannot count on them. Time goes by and we cannot keep track of them in training sessions and later on during games. It's hard, especially when we are already consolidated as a team. I would have liked to have players such as Paulo Dybala, Sergio Aguero, players we want to have, but due to circumstances, we haven't been able to have them in our last games. And we have other players who can replace them and who could even play better.
Brazil hit the training field in Colombia ahead of their World Cup qualifying match win with Venezuela. Brazil coach Tite has called up a number of England-based players for the qualifiers despite travel restrictions between the two countries. Brazil is on England's COVID-19 red list, meaning visitors must quarantine for 14 days after returning from South America. Those arriving in Brazil from England are also required to quarantine for 2 weeks. But Manchester City's Gabriel Jesus said that he was very happy to play in his national side. Brazil play Venezuela in Caracas on October 7 and then go to Barranquilla to play Colombia on October 10 before rounding off their 3 ties at home to Uruguay on October 14. Brazil have won all 8 of their qualifiers so far and are 6 points clear of Argentina at the top of the South American qualifying group for Qatar 2022. The top 4 teams qualify automatically and the 5th placed side goes into an inter-regional playoff.
I'm very happy now that things have been done well. There have been talks and it's all resolved regarding the issue of travel amid pandemic. I was freed up to be able to be here and to help in the best possible way. I will give it my all to help the team in the best way while I'm here. And for the Man City, I'm there. I hope to come back to the national team for my Italian Brazilian team to go up. That's what I want.
Spanish basketball great Pau Gasol announced on Tuesday that he is retiring from the sport after a 23-year career. Gasol, who stands 7 feet 1 inch, made his professional debut in 1998 with Barca as his center before being signed by NBA side Memphis Grizzlies in 2001. He won the NBA titles and the Los Angeles Lakers in 2009 and 2010 while being chosen in the All-Star team on 6 occasions. He returned to Barcelona earlier this year, helping his boyhood club end a 7-year wait to win the Spanish championship in June. Now, Gasol was a talisman for Spain, helping them win the Olympic silver medal at the 2008 and the 2012 games, plus a bronze in the year 2016. He recovered from almost 2 years out injury to compete at the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo, where Spain lost in the quarterfinals to eventual winners, the USA, in his final international. WBC World Heavyweight Champion Tyson Fury and challenger Deontay Wilder arrived in Las Vegas, Nevada on Tuesday ahead of their 3rd fight of the weekend. The two clashed for the first time in a 2018 bout that ended in a draw. Their rematch in Las Vegas 2020 ended with a stoppage victory for Fury in the 7th round, with Fury sending Wilder to the canvas twice en route to the win. Fury, nicknamed the Gypsy King, is currently the WBC World Champion with 30 wins and 1 draw from 31 professional bouts and is a favourite for Saturday's fight. Fury has taken exception to charges of cheating by Wilder during their last fight, taking an aim at the American in Tuesday night's arrival ceremony.
Beating them up and then knocking them out. You know, many things that I visualized in the first fight, along with the second. You know, and I didn't execute game plan, but this time around, it's just a different feeling. You know, all the way around. You know, just all the surrounding around me, the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Just the energy as a whole. You know, and I'm looking forward to putting on a great performance come October the 9th, you know, and those that's going to be in the arena, they're going to feel the electricity that's in there.
I'm living in Wilder's mind, rent-free, the whole time, 2 years. Every time he looks in the mirror, he sees Tyson Fury. Every time he goes to bed, before he closes his eyes at night, he sees a Gypsy King. And everything he wakes up and thinks about in the morning, he thinks of Tyson Fury. Even when he goes to sleep at night with his missus, he's thinking of Tyson Fury. You know, it's crazy. It must be crazy to be obsessed with a man like me. So much in his life that crazy. It's just crazy. But you know, I've not really made too much of what he says, because this time I'm going to put a knuckle duster on each hand, and then I'm going to go into the fight. I might even put double knuckle duster.
Well, Jamaica's Olympic and World Championship medalist Nesta Carter, whose positive doping test caused Usain Bolt to be stripped of his Beijing 2008 Olympic 4 x 200 meters relay gold, has now tested positive again and faces an anti-doping hearing next week. Now, confirmation of the now retired Carter's positive test came from the chairman of Jamaica Anti-Doping Disciplinary Panel and the sprinter's lawyer Stuart Stimson. The latest anti-doping violation comes 3 years after Carter lost his appeal at the Court of Arbitration for the Sport (CAS) against the International Olympic Committee's decision to strip him and the rest of the Jamaica men's sprint relay team, comprising Bolt, Asafa Powell and Michael Frater, of their gold medals from the 2008 Beijing Games. In August, 35-year-old Carter issued a news release saying he had retired due to a private medical condition which had hindered him from training and competing since March 2021. He indicated at the time that a medication prescribed by his doctor to treat the condition violated the anti-doping rules, and as such he had chosen his health over athletics. Carter has a personal best of 9.78 seconds for the 100 meters, which ranks as the 9th fastest time ever and the 4th best by a Jamaican sprinter in history. Now that's all in today's edition of Sports Buzz. Till we meet again, stay safe and do keep watching DD India for more news and updates.